So I just want to say thank you for getting on this improv spontaneous combustion of a live stream broadcast. I also want to say I got something to say. And we're going to do a little segment of coffee time. And I would have showed you the mocha pot brewing, but I just got off of TikTok. Just got off of TikTok, had a lot to say. And so I'll say a little bit to y'all, you know. Let me get a little bit more agua in me. Still got to ride my bike today. But, all right, so here we go. Now, the whole purpose of this live stream today, like I said, I just got off of TikTok and I was talking about one of the food critics who came to the city of New Orleans, and he sampled our food. You know, I've watched the guy on social media a lot, and I don't have any ill feelings towards him. No ill feelings at all. I have nothing negative to say about his pedigree, credentials, etc., 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 etc. Now, what I will say is, in watching his content, I've always thought that his content was interesting. And that's one of the reasons I watched it. I actually like it. The fact that you can learn about different places or different food by watching somebody who has been to the restaurant. You know, it's an interesting concept. But I think that it has a lot of danger to it as well. How you like that? Look at that. Specific gravity. I think you have a lot of danger with it as well. And what I mean by that is, hello, SSDB. What's up? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so we're going to try to do a little, so I just put a little coconut oil on top of the mocha brew. I just finished brewing it. I want to say welcome to everybody. I want to do this special live stream because I want to get your thoughts on something very important. How do you feel about food critics? Please leave your comments in the comment section. How do you feel about food critics? And if you could comment what state you're from and what food dish your state is known for, that would actually help with this live stream. So please comment that, what state you're from and what food your state is known for, but also how you feel about food critics. Recently, I'm in the city of New Orleans, and we had a food critic come to the city of New Orleans, and he tried a lot of foods in the city. And so this live stream right now is based off of that situation. And I have a few comments, but I'd like to know Oklahoma, and that's chili. That sounds great, by the way, too, SSDB. I've been to Oklahoma a few times, actually. Oklahoma City, been to Tulsa, and one time I was in Oklahoma City and it snowed, so that was pretty cool. I had a lot of good food out there as well. There is a barbecue, there's a store, I think it's called Robertson's, and it's on the way to Oklahoma, and they sell an amazing country ham. And so one of the things I wanted to mention about food in particular is when you have food personalities that sample food critics, they give their opinion, they rate food. One of the things I wanted to mention was when this food critic came to my city, he actually had some interesting things to say about the food. And so one of the things that I really did not All right, one of the things that I really wanted to say was New Orleans is a top 5 food city, number one. So when a person comes to New Orleans and they want to experience our food, we want them to do that. But the interesting thing about that is New Orleans has such a strong pedigree when it comes to food and culture, hospitality. When you give your opinion about New Orleans food and the different cuisines we offer, make no mistake, please make no mistake. People come from all over the world to eat New Orleans food. People come from all over the world to experience New Orleans food. People come from all over the world and they come back to New Orleans because of the food. This is one of the only cities in the world where the food travels with the people. You have people in your city, in your state, and those same people will try to replicate jambalaya. I watched this YouTuber, Billy Moles, modern day mountain man. This guy is in the bush of Alaska, Brooks Range, hunting sheep. And guess what they have? Tony Chachere's out there. They have Tony Chachere's in Alaska. That's what's up, SSDB. What food did you get when you was out here? But Billy is up there in Alaska eating Tony Chachere. That's a New Orleans seasoning, a Creole seasoning blend. So when people, these food critics, come to your city and they eat your food and they have opinions about it, just keep in mind, we don't really need their opinion. Not here in New Orleans. Because New Orleans is a top 5 food city. New Orleans is known all over the world for the food that we cook. There's somebody in every city and state in this country, and they all cooking New Orleans food. Jambalaya, gumbo, New Orleans style etouffee. They cook all of these New Orleans dishes. So we have already made it as a food city, and we really don't need a food critic trying to get famous off of a famous city. We don't need a food critic coming here trying to tell anybody what they like about New Orleans food. The cuisine here stands on its own. And so what I want you to do is when food critics roast your city, roast your cuisine, just remind them respectfully that they're one opinion. You may not like the food here, but thousands of people do. Rabbit dumplings, jambalaya, gator, gumbo, and beignets. That's what's up. That's what's up. That all sounds like great food. Yep. We have good food. The food is known all over the world. The food, the culture, the music of New Orleans has affected every city on this earth. Our brass music, our jazz music, our food, our literature, the architecture, everything here has affected cities all over the world. Everybody on this earth, whether they realize it or not, have been affected by the city of New Orleans. And I'm not trying to brag on New Orleans. All I'm saying is, when you come to the city of New Orleans and you're a food critic, don't disrespect our city, don't disrespect our cuisine, don't disrespect our food, don't disrespect our people. Have a little bit more humility and realize who you are. You're one person. And we want you to come. We want you to have a good time. But don't play with us, because that's not cool. And you don't want to look like a fool being the only person saying, oh, I don't like this in the city of New Orleans. Don't do that, because you have a little bit more platform where people will respect you more by not saying nothing. You could just take a picture of the food and post it on your platform, and people will like you more. But don't come to the city of New Orleans and play with our food, play with our culture, play with our music. Don't play with nothing in New Orleans that ain't asked you to play with it. All right? Don't come here with all that. Because if you do, you will lose your invitation to return. Because we don't need you. We have people come from all over the world every day to visit the city of New Orleans. We have people that come from all over the world every day to sample, to try the food cuisine in New Orleans. They go to the hood stores, they go to the fancy restaurants, they go to the places the locals eat, they go to every establishment, the food trucks. They go all over the city to eat the food. Those people ain't coming back to New Orleans if the food ain't good. Those same people ain't talking about they gain 5, 10, 15 pounds in the city of New Orleans if the food ain't good. So your preference may be the reason you don't like something, but have a little bit more respect for where you at to realize that your preference is just one. Maybe your mama didn't cook like that. Coco, I'm trying to make a video. Come here. Maybe your mama ain't cook like that. Maybe your TD ain't cook like that. Maybe your grandma ain't cook like that. That's fine. But when you come to New Orleans, we don't need your opinion on the food here. Too many people in the world rant, rave, celebrate the cuisine here in New Orleans. So your opinion really does not matter. And if you think your social media presence is strong enough to knock New Orleans off the throne, you're not. Don't waste your time. If you really want to get famous for talking smack about New Orleans food, don't come back here because we don't want your business. We don't want your business. It's just that simple. If you really think that your opinion of food supersedes the thousands of people that come here every day, you can't think. So don't even think again. And I'm trying to be nice and professional. And that's why I waited so long to make this video, because we want people to visit New Orleans. We want people to try the food. We want people to experience the culture, to experience the festivals, to experience the vibrancy of the city, the resilience of the city and the people. We want people to come here and feel like they're at home. And so many people say, man, I'm going back. I can't wait to go back. And they never even left. So many people come to the city of New Orleans and they become transplants and they become natives of New Orleans. So many people, man, I've been here 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 20 years. That's the type of city I live in. And that doesn't happen by accident. I've said this in plenty of videos. New Orleans is the one city on earth that I know of where anybody can fit in. Doesn't matter what you like, what you don't like, what you look like, what you don't look like, how much money you make, how much money you don't make. New Orleans is that one city everybody fits in. New Orleans is that one city that no matter where you at, you fit in. Now, I know if you go to New York City, they have a lot of ethnicities there, a lot of diversity. I love New York. I love the city. I love the state. I love everything about it. The Big Apple, love it all. However, with that being said, when you go to New Orleans, we're not segregated by sections. We're not segregated by the tracks. When you're in the city of New Orleans, they have different neighborhoods, but I'm talking about the actual city where people come together. Everybody there. Everybody there. It's a melting pot. So New Orleans is not like many cities. The tourists and the locals, you can't tell them apart. Other than them taking pictures, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell them apart. Everybody fits in the city of New Orleans. And they always will, because that's who we are. But if you're a food critic, if you're a foodie, if you want to get famous by trying the food in New Orleans, just don't play with it. I'm telling you that right now. Don't play with it. Don't disrespect the food, the cuisine, the people, the culture. Don't disrespect New Orleans. Because I'm telling you right now, the people in New Orleans, they do not play when it comes down to what they love. And they love their city. They love their cuisine. They love their culture. Don't play with it. You could be one of us. We'll adopt you in. We'll graft you in. We'll let you claim New Orleans, even though you ain't from New Orleans, because that's how we roll in New Orleans. But please, do yourself a favor. Show your intelligence by not disrespecting the city, the food, the cuisine, the people, the culture, the architect. Don't. Come back and visit every as much as you can afford. Eat as much as you can. My one recommendation, when you come to the city of New Orleans, eat a lot of a little. Go here, go there, just eat a little bit. You ain't got to get full off it. Eat a little bit. Try everything to see what you like. But if you don't like something, realize you have a responsibility to be professional. Remember, you, singular, you don't like it. Millions love it. Millions love it. And that's just what I wanted to say. Don't fall for the gimmicks of clout chasers, these people that got a camera and they want to tell you what good food is. All right, I'll illustrate it this way. If you went to Vietnam right now and you ate some snails on the side of the road, do you really think you would like that? You probably wouldn't. But don't think for 1 second. Thousands, if not millions of people who live there love it. And that's all I'm saying about the opinion. Don't think your opinion is that important where you need to give it about the city of New Orleans, about the cuisine. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear from you. You're not from here. You didn't grow up like we grew up. So we really don't care about your opinion. The only thing we care about is that you're respectful to the men, the women, the culture, the food, the cuisine, the city. That's what we care about. That's what we care about. We want you to come back. We want you to have a good time. But just be responsible when you come here. Be responsible. Be responsible. Have a good time. You could be like the thousands of people that come every day. Most of them have already been here. Most of them have already came here. But they're coming back because they love the city. So they love the food. So they love the people. So they love the culture. So they love the music. So they love the ambiance of New Orleans. New Orleans is a very romantic city. Name a city on this earth that could feed you, that can make you feel like you family, that rolls out the red carpet, that you could party in the streets, that you could have a good time with people you don't even know, and it's not a holiday. And it's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. You could go to any city when it's a holiday and everybody's celebrating the streets. But you could come to New Orleans 24/7 and you could celebrate in the streets and it's not a holiday. It's not a festival. Nobody gonna look at you like you're weird. Everybody gonna look at you like your family. That's a special place. So I want to say thank you for listening to this informative opinion about visitors coming to New Orleans, about food critics coming to New Orleans and trying the food and being disrespectful. But the last thing I want to tell you, when you have a food critic that comes to your city, don't let them disrespect your food. Don't do that. Just remind them that they're one opinion and they don't have to ever come back. Just remind them that. Help them to be humble, you know? Help them to be humble. But remember, don't play with New Orleans and don't disrespect them. And y'all come back now, you hear?